Good afternoon, team. This is your CEO, Melanie Gordon, and I'm so happy that we are meeting today in this virtual environment. I want to talk to you today about our emergency management plan. In our era of natural disasters, man made disasters, unfortunate mass shootings, lots of crises are happening that are affecting us. And as a company and as the CEO of the company, it is my responsibility to ensure that we have a plan in place that will ensure the safety and the security of first our staff and our employees, and then the clients that we serve. So, everyone should have received a handout, the emergency management plan, and I'm going to go over this handout and we will save the questions for the end. You can put your questions in the chat parking lot, and we will save those for the end of our presentation. As we know, that our company, Mel's Center for Total Wellness, we pride ourselves on taking care of the community and each other. This is our statement of safety. At Mel Center of Total Wellness, we strive to provide the best safety measures for our employees and for our clients. In keeping with those measures, we have the support of the Emergency Management Office for the County of Brazoria, the Pearland Fire Department, and the Pearland Police Department to ensure that in the time of crisis, we will be assisted in a prompt and sufficient manner that will lead to safe and secure outcomes. Our safety goals, there are 4 parts. We communicate, we activate, we support, and we mitigate. So staff, I want you to look at what we're going to do, the contents of our safety plan today. We're going to go through everything. We go through our safety statement and goals, which we just read aloud. I just read aloud to you. Then we're going to go through our emergency protocols, our emergency management plan, and we're going to take a look at our evacuation map. All right, let's proceed. The first protocol for emergency is stop. In your packet, you should have received the word stop with an exclamation mark and 2 stop signs on the side. Stop simply means to remain in your area, turn off the lights, lock your doors, and close all blinds. Do not move outside of your offices and do not allow clients to leave until cleared. This protocol may indicate that something in the area has infiltrated our establishment. It could be the unfortunate dealings of shooters in the area, active shooters. It could be a robbery in the area and someone's coming in to try to take cover or hide. So we want to ensure that when we say stop, which you will receive a text message, and a special alert will come across everyone's computer screen and everyone's screen in their office that has the bold letter stop. You will know exactly what to do. And of course, as we drill these things, you will get in the practice of knowing how to move if something were to occur in an unfortunate event. The next protocol is move out. Move out indicates that we need to evacuate the building immediately due to fire, smoke, an indoor gas leak, or something to that effect. The move out locations are located on the emergency map. And our third protocol is shield. Shield is used if there is a natural disaster, such as an earthquake, a hurricane, a tornado. Move and take cover to the safest place possible. whether it's in a bathroom, a storage closet, or in your particular offices. Ensure that you are in a safe, secured place that's not near windows. The next part of our emergency management plan is our flow chart. So, as we said, those safety goals, there are 4 goals: communicate, activate, support, and mitigate. Communicate is number 1. So, the team lead, and each one of you has a particular team lead. I am your ultimate team leader, but each one of you, each clinician, has their own separate team leads. The team lead will contact the team via emergency text and phone tree. So once the team leads get the go from me, then it will infiltrate, or it will trickle down to your teams to ensure that you have the messages. Now, I know it is unfortunate that sometimes you're in session with clients, and you don't want to continuously check your phone for different things like that. However, there are also going to be alarms in place, so you won't have to check your phone. If you hear certain alarms, there will be a certain alarm in place for each of our 3 protocols, and we will practice those with the drill, in addition to you receiving the communication from myself and from your team lead. Number 2, activate. All team members will follow one of the 3 emergency protocols. So when we send out those messages, when the alarm goes off, you will know exactly which protocol that you will activate. Okay, and number 3, we will support each other by ensuring that everyone is safe and secure. Now, of course, during this process, we have to be as still as possible. If it's something that is infiltrated inside of our building, we have to be as still and as quiet as possible. But of course, once we're cleared, we can go and check on our colleagues, check on our clients to make sure that everyone is safe and secure and okay. If it is where we have to evacuate the building, again, we will make sure that we have every team member accounted for. I will have the roster of all of the team members and their clients on the particular day. That's why it's so important to make sure we keep our calendars and everything updated so we can know who is actually in our buildings at that time. Now it is a public space, so we know that there may be families that are waiting in the lobby for their family members, etc. So we'll do that the best way possible. However, knowing where every team member is critical in a time of emergency. Even knowing if you have left to take lunch at that time, so that we won't go looking for you. Those kind of things are so important. And to mitigate, of course, we will assess the situation during the aftermath, once things are over, and try to mitigate any further harm or damage. For instance, if there is a situation where there was a gas leak, but everything was all clear, but the fire department was called and they tell us that we need to stay out of the building for a little while. We would follow those protocols. We will follow the protocols from all of the community help, and just to ensure that there's no further harm or damage. If a big tornado came or a hurricane came and busted one of our windows or tore through the building, trying to mitigate and account for every person, of course, and then account for whatever damage has happened and try to prevent any other damage from happening. And let's look at our evaluation map. So our evaluation map has 3 zones: Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3. Depending on where you are in the building, you know where the exit doors are. The exit doors lead directly to the zones. So you have your Zone 1, which is the front exit door. You have your zone 2 over on the side, the west side of the building, and zone 3 over in the south side of the building. So ensuring that you know where to go when we are evacuated. Of course, these maps are also posted in everyone's office, so you will have an idea of where you should go in the event of an evacuation. And sometimes, depending on where the situation happens, like say there's a fire and it is affecting the west side of the building, well, we would go to the nearest other zone to ensure that we're not walking into any further danger. And finally, we have to support each other. We are caretakers and we care for everyone else, but it is important to care for ourselves and for our colleagues in our practice. We have a crisis hotline. Our crisis hotline is hashtag or pound 286. After something happens and there is an emergency that has affected either our practice or it's been in the area and it has hit and affected your homes, your belongings, whatever it is, or it's just been an event, maybe it hasn't physically affected you, but the trauma of the event has affected you. Please dial pound 286 for mental health support after a crisis. This number will go to our national office where there are counselors available who will talk you through things. I will also be available to talk everyone through what it is that you're going through after an emergency. So if you have any questions regarding our emergency management plan, everyone should have received a copy of our plan. Please go through it. Please read over it. Please jot your questions down. If there are suggestions on what we can do differently, do not hesitate. Your voice has to be heard. We take your safety and your security very serious at Mills Center of Wellness. Thank you so much for your time and have a good evening.